Upper90studios.com.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. That's a new song I wrote called On My Own. I'm super excited. It was the first song I've written in 2 years, and I can't wait to get back in the studio. I hope you're enjoying the summer. Don't worry about the new season in FPL. I'm going to show you my proven strategy to narrow your options for a fast start. Then I'll take you step by step as I build my GameWeek 1 team. This summer was the first time in 2 years that friendlies were scheduled here in the US, and I was fortunate to cover Arsenal versus Everton in their preseason tour. It was an incredible experience. I don't take these opportunities for granted. My family, they're in perfect health. They came with me to the match, and we got to enjoy Baltimore the next day. It was so much fun. Look at all the pretty fish. There are thousands of bits of information posted in the FPL community each day. Today, it's you must have these £8 million players. A few days later, avoid those same £8 million players. We are being influenced by so much content that we end up delaying our decisions. With so many factors to consider at the start of the season, how can we be confident in our picks? By cutting the range of choices. If I get a bad result with a certain type of player at the beginning of the season, I may avoid a similar choice the next time. If I have a good result, I'm more inclined to try it again. So over time, I become more confident in my predictive ability. My past experiences are guiding me in my choices in ways that sometimes I don't even understand. I may be ruling out entire teams because it's unlikely that those players will produce the results I'm looking for. I'm selective in the content I consume. I want to create my team first. It has to feel strong. Then if needed, I'll seek out information to tighten up areas I may have overlooked, like the goalkeepers, which tend to be one of my weaknesses. I've been playing since 2007. It's a long time to experiment. Tons of highs and lows. But ever since I adopted the strategy you're going to see on this video, my teams have started on the right track. It's about experience and how it shapes our view on teams, players, and fantasy. Football is my life. Since I was a little kid, my first word was bola. I grew up playing on the beach in Brazil and in Portugal with my cousin, who actually ended up playing professionally for Benfica, then West Brom in England. My brother, he was born in Angola, my cousin in Mozambique. I love hearing which countries you're from, so let me know where you are in the world in the comments. I'm so excited to show you my GameWeek 1 team, so let's get right into it. The team core is the most important thing. These are the 6 or 7 premium players I'm counting on to deliver a consistent baseline score every single week. They are Premier League proven players. Over the years, we develop a sense for which types of players we can trust or not. When you ask me to rate your team at the start of the season, the very first thing I do is look at your team core. Can the heart of your team beat mine? And the answer is no, it can't. I like to sort by player ownership percentage because I want to target specific areas where to be safe and take risks. So let's start at the back. Defenders: Alexander-Arnold, Cancelo, Reece James. Midfielders: Salah and Saka. Forwards: Gabriel Jesus, Harry Kane. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 proven players I don't have to worry about for GameWeek 1. But it does leave just 39 million for the remaining 8 players. So now I have to get creative, which means 2 value goalkeepers, £4.5 million Dean Henderson, and £4 million backup Hennessy. At least one £4 million defender and a 4.5 million forward to fill in that last spot on the bench. Dean Henderson, he actually did well for me in 2019. His last competitive season, he scored 160 total points. For comparison, only Alisson scored more than 160 points last year. I like to have 2 goalkeepers from the same team, and it was a good example last year on the last game of the season. Ben Foster didn't feature for me on the final game, and his backup came on for points. In the midfield, Pedro Neto is undervalued at $5.5 million, and Fulham's £4.5 million Pereira, he's on set pieces with Mitrovic as a target. Mount, Maddison, Luis Diaz. When I check my final Game Week 38 team from last season, Kulusevski and Maddison, they carried my team to a finish in the top 2% out of 9 million. So there is flexibility in the £8 million range. Maddison and Mount, they have under 10% ownership. That's a positive. The concern is being forced to select another £4 million defender. I have Patterson. To improve my bench, I'm going to have to make a compromise in the starting 11. So let's say Rashford or Lingard can get off to a fast start. Their price point frees up funds. I can bump a £4 million defender to a 4.5 million, James Justin, and I still have 1 million remaining. Now I can experiment with Reece James versus Robertson, who was excellent in the Community Shield with the assist for the third goal, and he should have scored from a header at the far post. Now this is how I cut down the choices. This is what I'm actually thinking about when I'm selecting between these players. Is Rashford going to be consistent enough, and is he safe from rotation? Is it going to take some time for United players to adapt to the new manager? Lingard, he's actually probably going to be more of a regular starter, but I don't know enough about his new teammates. I can trust Mount, but do I want to double up on Chelsea? And then there are rumors of a Maddison transfer, which is distracting. What if I go even lower? Let's say £5 million. I trust Robertson and Reece James, so why not both? And this is my Game Week 1 team. Henderson, Trent, Cancelo, Robertson, Reece James, Salah, Saka, Neto, Pereira, Kane, Jesus. 4-4-2. I chose Saka and Jesus after watching them in person against Everton. Both got on the score sheet, but the first thing I noticed was their fitness levels. Arsenal were sharp and full of energy. Gabriel Jesus was in the right positions inside the box. It felt different from Guardiola's system, not always as the central striker. Saka, he was the main threat, always running at defenders and finding space in behind. Martinelli was difficult to stop on the left, but a key difference between the two is when they get in the opponent's box. Martinelli looks up for a pass, Saka is looking to score. Even though I chose Saka at 8 million, Martinelli at just 6 million could be a better fit for your team structure. If Fulham score against my 2 Liverpool defenders Game Week 1, I hope Pereira is involved. What do you think of this team? I love hearing your ideas. Let me know what your favorite players are, the ones that you trust. Let me know in the comments. And that's how I narrow my focus at the start of the season. Your process will be different because you've experienced the game differently in your life. Your actions and results, they shape your strategy. And the more experience that you gain, the quicker you can process information to build your Game Week 1 team. I love doing what I do. The creative side of my brain, it was like somebody turned off a valve for the last 2 years. All of my attention went to my family, and I lost touch with you guys, everyone here on YouTube. I'm just happy to be back. So that's going to be a wrap for today. Stay tuned for my next video. If you like my music, all my songs are free on the website. See the link in the description. Be sure to follow at Upper 90 Studios on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, where you get an inside scoop before YouTube. And if you're brand new to the channel, be sure to like and subscribe and turn on your post notifications because this season is going to be incredible. Thanks for watching. See you soon.